Hi everyone. So this quick tutorial is going to show you how to set up a very simple goal for your website. So in this example, we're going to be setting up a goal which will be tracking email signups or completed email forms. And for that, we need to have a thank you page that we send people to after they've completed the action that we want them to do on the website. So I'm just in a dummy client account at the moment, and I'm in the admin area. So if you're not sure how to get to the admin area, you need to come down here to the bottom left and click on the little admin cog, and that will bring up this view here. What we're going to do is go over to the right hand column and click on goals, and this is where we're going to set up our goals for this particular client and this view. So we're going to click the red button, new goal. Now, the templated goals that you see here will vary depending on the industry that you are in and the industry that you have set when you first set up your Google Analytics account. So they do vary slightly, so you won't always see these exact options. But what we're going to do is we could, for this particular example, so for I guess tracking like newsletter signups or something like that, we would choose this particular engagement template, the newsletter sign up template. You could also do it with a register online. It's almost exactly the same, but for this example, we're going to use newsletter sign up. So we'll scroll down and then we'll hit continue. There is the option here to do custom kind of setup. So I'll just click on that so you guys see what that looks like, but it is a little bit different. So what we're going to do is go back to, just cancel that. We'll go back to our newsletter sign up and continue doing that. So the first time, a few times that you set up goals, it is recommended to do that. Use the existing templates until you get familiar with it all. Hit continue. Then we've got our goal description. So in this example, this one might be an enrollment inquiry, and we're going to leave it in the slot of goal ID 1 and goal set 1. So you can change that and designate where you want it to be. But for most people, they'll just leave it and slot the goals will slot in, concurrently as you create them. So this goal is, I guess, centered around someone hitting a particular page on our website. After they've completed the form, they get redirected to a thank you form. And this is where we're going to, I guess, tie up what is the goal. And so we've got it as a destination instead of, there are these options here to have duration, number of pages and screens per session, and then an event, so like playing a video, etc. But for a lot of the goals that you'll do, it will be an actual extension, so a page address that you want to kind of record the goal on. So we'll hit continue. Now, I have previously just copy and pasted the URL extension that I need for this, so I'm just going to pop that in there. So there's the options here are equals to, begins with, or regular expression. So normally it'll just be equals to, and then you don't need to do the full URL, you just do the /thank you or in this case /enrollment thank you. You can assign a value to your goal, and I always like to at least put in $1. A lot of people don't really have a sense of how much an email inquiry might be worth to them, or an email subscription to your database. So always start with $1. That at least gets you used to seeing some figures coming through in your Google Analytics. There is the option to design a mini funnel. So this would be applicable if you wanted to track people's, I guess, journey through your website and wanted to, I guess, record a goal where someone had visited a particular page first. So normally with a thank you page for something like a newsletter subscription or an email inquiry submitted, they're obviously on that page first before they kind of reach the thank you page. And you don't usually access the thank you page just by going onto the website, and it's not accessible from the navigation or the footer menu and things like that. But if you want to make absolutely sure that it's only people going through your funnel, then you can add the steps of your funnel here. So you can add a number of steps. So the first one might be home, the second one might be in contact page, and then you've got a little mini two-step funnel there. But for just a straight goal around newsletter signups or completed inquiries, you don't necessarily need to do the funnel if you are redirecting to a thank you page. And then we're going to hit save. And what we can also do is it gives you the option to, I'll just go back into that and just talk about the verify this goal. Now, in the goal details, just down here, we've got verify this goal. So if you click on that, it will run, I guess, that script and that goal script back through your website data, and it will actually show you what your conversion rate would have been based on the last 7 days worth of analytics that you've got. Mine won't show me anything because this is just a dummy account that's been set up, but you can do that just to make sure that you've set it up correctly and that you would have been tracking goals and conversions anyway if you'd set it up a little earlier. So once you hit save, you are good to go. You have your goal there, so it gives you a reminder that you've got 19 goals left. If you decide that you no longer need a goal, unfortunately you can't delete it, but what you can do is you can come in and you can just edit all of the details. So you would edit the type of template it might be if you needed to. You could edit the description, so you could then change this to newsletter sign up, and you could keep the type as being destination. And then what you could also do is then, if you had a different thank you page for your newsletter subscriptions, just change the URL extension in this section, and then you'll still retain that goal and retain that space for the goal, the one of 20 that you have allocated, and you can update it that way as well. So I hope that helps. Get started with these very simple goals first, and then you'll start to see some data and some dollar signs pulling through on your Google Analytics.